That rich, dark, and sweet aroma of chocolate fills the air. It's a universally beloved scent that has captivated palates for centuries. But have you ever stopped to wonder how this beloved treat makes its way from a humble bean to the bar in your hand? It's a fascinating journey steeped in history, science, and a whole lot of incredible flavor. Our story begins in the warm, tropical regions near the equator, where the cacao tree, Theobroma cacao, thrives. This isn't just any ordinary tree. Its name literally translates to food of the gods. Cacao pods, which look like large, colorful gourds, grow directly from the trunk and main branches. Inside these pods are the precious cacao beans, the true starting point, nestled within a sweet white pulp. Harvesting the pods is a delicate manual process, requiring a trained eye to spot peak ripeness. Farmers, often using sharp machetes or long poles with knives, must carefully cut the ripe pods from the tree without damaging the trunk or nearby flowers, which are the future of the harvest. The pods are then opened, revealing the beans, each one enveloped in a sweet white pulp. These are scooped out and collected. The next crucial step is fermentation. The beans and pulp are piled into heaps, or placed in wooden boxes often covered with banana leaves, and left to ferment for several days. This isn't about making them sour, but about developing the complex flavors that will eventually define the chocolate. It's a magical transformation. Microorganisms like yeast and bacteria break down the sugary pulp, generating significant heat and a series of chemical reactions within the bean itself. This process reduces bitterness and starts to create the precursor compounds for chocolate's characteristic aroma and taste. After fermentation, the beans are thoroughly washed to remove any remaining pulp. Then comes the final stage on the farm, drying. The beans are spread out on large mats or patios, and dried in the sun for several days, turned regularly by hand to ensure even drying and prevent mold. This reduces their moisture content to just the right level, making them stable for transport, and ready for the next step in their journey to becoming chocolate. Once perfectly dried, the cacao beans are packed into burlap sacks, ready for their long journey. By sea and by land, they travel to chocolate factories across the globe, each bag a promise of the delicious treat to come. Upon arrival, the first order of business is a meticulous cleaning. Powerful magnets, screens, and air classifiers work in concert to remove any lingering farm debris like twigs or stones, ensuring only pure cacao moves forward. Next, the beans enter the roaster. This is where the true artistry begins. Much like roasting coffee, this critical step develops the beans' signature flavor and aroma. The precise temperature and time are carefully calibrated to the bean's origin and the chocolatier's vision, unlocking the deep, rich notes we all love. After roasting, the beans are quickly cooled to halt the cooking process. Then, they're cracked and sent through a winnower, which uses a current of air to separate the light, papery shells from the dense, flavorful core, the cacao nib. These nibs are the very heart of the chocolate. Now the nibs are ground, and this is where the real transformation happens. The friction and pressure from the grinders break down the solid nibs, releasing the cocoa butter within and creating a thick liquid paste known as chocolate liquor. And don't let the name fool you, it's completely non-alcoholic. It's simply the purest form of liquid chocolate. This paste is rich and intensely chocolatey, but at this stage it's still quite bitter and coarse. This rich dark liquid is then pressed, separating it into two distinct yet equally important components, cocoa solids and cocoa butter. Cocoa butter is the pale, creamy fat naturally present in the cacao bean, responsible for chocolate's signature melt-in-your-mouth texture. The chocolateur's art truly begins here. Depending on the type of chocolate being made, different amounts of cocoa butter are precisely added back to the cocoa solids, defining its richness and character. For the creamy, familiar taste of milk chocolate, fine sugar and milk powder are blended into the mix, creating a sweeter, milder profile. Dark chocolate, on the other hand, celebrates the bean's intensity. The recipe is simpler, typically just sugar and sometimes extra cocoa butter, or a hint of vanilla to round out the flavor. And white chocolate? Interestingly, it doesn't contain any cocoa solids at all. It's a delicate confection made purely from cocoa butter, sugar, and milk. Once the ingredients are combined, the mixture is put through a crucial process called conching. This is a long, slow stirring and grinding process that can last for hours or even days, depending on the desired outcome. Conching further refines the texture, coating every solid particle with a thin layer of cocoa butter. This is what gives fine chocolate its incredibly smooth, melt-in-your-mouth quality. It also helps to reduce any remaining acidity, and further develop the complex, nuanced flavor profile. Following conching, the now silky smooth chocolate is tempered. Tempering is a precise, controlled process of heating and cooling the chocolate to specific temperatures. This stabilizes the cocoa butter crystals, giving the finished chocolate a beautiful glossy finish, a satisfyingly crisp snap when broken, and preventing it from blooming. That unappealing white film that can form as it solidifies. Finally, the perfectly tempered chocolate is molded into bars, chips, or any other shape imaginable. It's then carefully cooled and packaged, ready to be enjoyed by chocolate lovers everywhere. So, the next time you savor a piece of chocolate, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey it has taken. From the tropical plantations to the meticulous crafting in the factory, it's a testament to nature's bounty and human ingenuity, all coming together to create one of the world's most cherished delights. It's a sweet, sweet story indeed.